Janice, could you do the honors, please?
Beloved Avatar Meher Baba ki, beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you. And help us all to hold fast to Baba's daman till the very end. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Avatar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you, Baba.
Uh, Welcome to our Thursday session, everybody. Before we commence our program, I'd like to invite our one and only Lord Meher Baba. Baba, please come and join us during this entire session. Let each word be spoken as per your wish, because without you, we are nothing. Thank you. Now, I have एक आध दो अनाउंसमेंट्स करने हैं. पहली बात तो ये कि अगले गुरुवार को 10 तारीख होती है तो साइलेंस डे है. मगर हमने ये डिसाइड किया है, वी हैव डिसाइडेड कि वी विल नॉट टेक अ ब्रेक. हम लोग प्रोग्राम जारी रखेंगे. द ओनली थिंग दैट वी विल डू इज कि उस दिन बाबा के कोट्स यानी कि सेइंग्स, बाबा ने जो भी कुछ साइलेंस के बारे में बताया है, the whole thing will be structured around silence and the importance of silence. तो वो एक कोटेशंस होंगे. उसके बाद बाबा की फिल्में बताएंगी. यहाँ से कोई भी कुछ भी बोलेगा नहीं, मगर the program will, with his grace, go on for an hour, and then pre-recorded आरती वगैरह करके we shall disperse. So that is the way we have planned. If you have any other suggestions, you are most welcome to tell us. आज के लिए हमारे पास, हाँ, पहले तो इतना ही ये कहना चाहता हूं कि मेहर बाबा का जो साइलेंस, वो हम कभी समझ नहीं पाएंगे. ये जो सब बातें करते हैं वो बातें ही हैं. द रियल साइलेंस, और जो बाबा ने जो कहा है कि थिंग्स दैट आर रियल, उनकी समाधि पे लिखा हुआ है वहां पे, थिंग्स दैट आर रियल आर गिवन एंड रिसीव्ड इन साइलेंस. सो दैट इज हाउ इंपॉर्टेंट इट इज. और मेरा ये कन्विक्शन है, इन माई हार्ट ऑफ हार्ट्स आई एम कन्विंस्ड कि एक ना एक दिन जरूर सारी दुनिया, entire world will observe silence or a moment silence or whatever on the 10th of July. सारी दुनिया इसमें शामिल होगी. शायद मैं या नीचे नहीं रहूंगा तो ऊपर से देखूंगा कि जो भी कुछ है, but it is my innermost desire that this Baba's silence spreads throughout the world. Now coming back to our today's schedule, आज हमारे बीच we've got, I'm very proud to say, normally हिंदी में there is a saying कि घर की मुर्गी दाल बराबर. ये हमारे घर के लोग हैं, मगर ये इनकी दाल से हमें बहुत कुछ सीखने मिला है. The kind of devotion, the kind of understanding that these people have at this young age, पता नहीं वो उन लोग आगे चल के क्या क्या करेंगे. This is all Baba's work, and like they say, Baba's work will never stop. उनको जो मर्जी है वो करेंगे, और इनके लिए these young soldiers are getting ready. ये जो लेडी है आपके सामने, इसको लेडी बोलो कि गर्ल बोलो, she is all of 18 years of age, and the speciality about this girl is she is the fourth generation of Baba lovers in our family. Our family यानी ये पटेल खानदान जिसको कहते हैं. मेरे पिताजी और उसके पिताजी, उसके great grandfather होशंग काका was my chacha, and my father was Eratsa. Then Hoshang Kaka had a son and a daughter. The son was Jimmy. Jimmy को लड़का हुआ, उसका नाम है आरिश, और ये आरिश की को लड़की हुई, उसका नाम है टियाना. So it's a long chain. मुझे ये I feel thoroughly convinced कि this is all according to the divine plan. बाबा ने उनके ग्रेट ग्रैंडफादर और मेरे पिताजी को जो चुना था और उनको अपनी फौज में लिया था, बिकॉज कहीं ना कहीं मैंने पढ़ा है, बाबा हैज सेड दिस कि द वन हु कम्स एंड बाउज डाउन एट द थ्रेशोल्ड ऑफ माय समाधि, मेरे समाधि के चौखट पे आके अपना सर झुकाएगा, उसके 7 जनरेशन 7 पीढ़ियों को मैं संभाल लूंगा. सो ये तो अभी नंबर 4 है, अभी इसको बच्चे होंगे, फिर इसके बच्चे होंगे, फिर उसके बच्चे होंगे, वो सबको बाबा संभालेंगे. वो सब हम ऊपर से देखेंगे, तब तक तो मेरी छुट्टी हो गई होगी. बट एनीवे, टियाना, अब शी इज गोइंग टू टॉक अबाउट her experiences. But before she does that about the Savas, I want her to tell us briefly about what gave her the conviction. हम सब जानते हैं अभी कि this is her 4th generation in Baba family, etc., etc. But what gave her the conviction कि Baba is God in human form? So she will start with that, and then वो उसके पहले सवास में क्या हुआ था उसका ब्रीफ बताएगी, and then she will talk at length about the second savas. So hope you all enjoy it, because ये मौका घड़ी घड़ी नहीं मिलता है. Of course it is now being recorded, etc. But ये जो स्पीकर्स है, यहाँ पे लंबी लाइन लगी है, इनके पीछे एक लेडी है जैनिस, वो भी आज अपने ये शेयर करने वाली है. फिर फरा है, वो भी शेयर करने वाली है. तो ये सब, इनकी सब बातों में से कुछ ना कुछ हम हरेक को कहीं ना कहीं अपने सवालों के जवाब मिलेंगे, और कहीं ना कहीं कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलेगा. With that hope in mind, I hand you over to Tiana. Jai Baba.
Jai Baba. So, like Sam Uncle said, my family has been in Baba's fold for the last 4 generations. before the live started, he asked me to begin explaining as to how I finally realized that Baba is God. I mean, my family has been in the fold for 4 generations. But the one thing that I have noticed along the way, हाँ, okay, जो एक बात मैंने notice की है इन इतने सालों में meeting several Baba lovers, वो है कि आपकी फैमिली चाहे कितना भी बाबा में बिलीव करे, जब तक आपका एक कनेक्ट बाबा के साथ बिल्ड नहीं होगा तब तक वो फीलिंग जो आपकी फैमिली को है वो आपको नहीं आएगी. फॉर मी पर्सनली, आई हैव ग्रोन अप विथ द आइडिया कि बाबा इज गॉड, that Baba Bhagwan hai. And I mean, I've heard my family, my great grandfather was very, very spiritually connected to Baba. He had a chair in the house on which he would sit and meditate for hours on a stretch. And as a child, when I would go to possibly irritate him or have some fun, he wouldn't wake up or he wouldn't move. He wouldn't move a finger. उनका इतना ज्यादा ध्यान था बाबा पे. एंड उनकी सारी स्टोरीज सुन के मैं बड़ी हुई हूँ, जो अभी मुझे याद नहीं है बिकॉज आई वॉज वेरी स्मॉल. बट ही इज ऑलवेज बिन समवन हु हैज टोल्ड मी दैट he has been the prime example of devotion to Baba for me. I have seen him for quite some time as a child, and I've always wondered as to how someone could possibly believe in Baba so much. Carried down to my grandfather, he has also been a very staunch Baba follower. And in my family, basically, if anything happens, जो भी कुछ भी हो, अगर कुछ प्रॉब्लम आ जाए या तो कुछ, everyone just says one thing कि leave it to बाबा, बाबा सब संभाल लेंगे. तो उस आइडिया से I have grown up and I have heard people tell me to leave everything to Baba. So as a child, it was basically Baba is God, coming to the center, hanging out with friends, singing, etc. But moreover, over the years, I feel the faith has increased, the belief has increased, and my reasons to believe it has increased because I've had experiences that have brought me closer to Baba. As a child, I remember this one year when I had heard my friends telling me about the celebration जो बाबा की बर्थडे पे होता है यहाँ पे. उस सेलिब्रेशन के बारे में मैंने बहुत ज्यादा सुना हुआ था, बट कभी चांस नहीं मिला बिकॉज इट वॉज टू अर्ली इन द मॉर्निंग, स्कूल होता था एक्सेट्रा. सो एक संडे पे बाबा का बर्थडे था 25th February, and I really wanted to go. But and I had told my dad about it, except कि कुछ something had come up and उन्होंने मना कर दिया था. And मैं रात के 12 बजे थे and I was sitting and trying to convince mom dad कि मुझे जाना है, मुझे जाना है, but कुछ हो नहीं रहा था. And they said कि नहीं है possible, अगले साल चले जाना, हम लोग देख लेंगे आगे का, ये साल possible नहीं होगा. And I remember sleeping next to my dad and I was just praying to Baba saying I really want to come, I really want to be there. And I remember it was around 3:30 in the morning and by 5 the program starts over here. So I remember praying that please let something happen, there's still 1.5 hours, I have a chance, I live 10 minutes away, so I have a chance to come, I can still make it, please Baba let something happen. और जैसे ही प्रे करते करते मेरी आंख लग गई और मैं सो गई. And I suddenly wake up to my dad hitting me on my, not hitting as such, but pushing my shoulder and telling me to wake up and that we need to go. And in that moment I did not ask what, why, क्यों. मैं बहुत ज्यादा खुश थी, तो मेरा खाली फोकस उस बात पे था कि फटाफट तैयार होके बाबा सेंटर जाना है. और फिर जब बाबा सेंटर पे पूरा प्रोग्राम खत्म हुआ तब डैड टोल्ड मी कि this is possibly the reason why I brought you over here. He got a dream. He got a dream in which there were a lot of people at the center who were telling him to come forward and get me to sing for Baba's birthday. And he got that dream. And that is what possibly told him that was his calling to come to the center on that day and bring me as well. So that is when something struck, because I don't believe in coincidences. I know that this was fully Baba's play. And
You use the word coincidence. Coincidence का मेरे हिसाब से definition ये है कि coincidences are the acts where he chooses to remain anonymous. यानी कि हम जो coincidence ने हिंदी में सूखे इत्तेफाक. ओके, तो इत्तेफाक में ऐसा होता है कि हम लोग वेरी कैजुअली बोल देते हैं कि इत्तेफाक से ऐसे हो गया, ऐसे हो गया. नो, इन दीज काइंड ऑफ थिंग्स ये ईश्वर खुद प्लान करके ये बच्ची की जो अंदर की ख्वाहिश थी, that longing to come to the center on Baba's birthday got fulfilled in his own way through her father or whatever. So coincidences are acts where he chooses to remain anonymous. Jai Baba.
So when this experience happened as a child, it was just something that has happened. Okay, it's fine. Okay, Baba ka experience hai. Okay. At that time, it did not hold as much value as it does now, because this is one experience that I always narrate when I'm asked as to why I consider Baba to be God, or as to why what experiences I have had that make me believe that Baba is God and he is the master. Um, Growing up, I have always gone to the Parsi fire. I'm a Parsi, so I always used to go to the fire temple. And even there, after we would finish doing our Parsi prayers, I would put my head down and I would do Baba's beloved God prayer. I would do if I had time to sit at the Agyari, I would sit and do the Parvatigar prayer, the repentance prayer, and the two artis that follow after. So as even now I do the same. So I've grown up with the belief that Baba is God, but it wasn't inflicted on me. I wasn't forced to make it a belief. It is purely my connect with Baba that has grown over the years, that has brought me to believe in him so much, to be so devoted to him and love him so deeply as, I mean, as God, as a best friend, as everything. He is everything for me. And I mean, I pretty much make it a point to make sure that everyone around me knows who Baba is. At the same time, not inflicting what I believe, not making, forcing them to believe that Baba is God, but also making sure that they are aware that Baba is God. So
आपने दो चार लोगों को इस समय सहवास में लेके गई थी, न्यू कमर्स, उसके बारे में बताना बाद में.
okay, so this is basically a summation of how the past 18 years have been for me. I've always looked forward to going to Mehrabad. As a child, it was a place of fun, of going singing at the Samadhi, of trying to keep my eyes shut the whole time throughout the Aarti, so I could focus only and only on him. And like I said, over the years, the belief has increased, the faith, the love, the devotion, everything has only gone higher, higher, higher. And I believe that in the next 18 years from now, it'll be sky high and even above. Talking about last year's Sehwas, which is what has been something that has stuck with me even now, and it will always be one of the greatest experiences of my life. Those 7 days have really, हाँ सॉरी, वो 7 दिन जो सहवास में मैंने लास्ट ईयर बिताए थे, वो एक एक्सपीरियंस था जो मैं कभी अपनी लाइफ में नहीं भूल पाऊंगी. और अगर बाबा विलिंग ये सहवास कंटिन्यू हो तो आई वुड एनकरेज एवरी पर्सन इन द वर्ल्ड टू अटेंड दिस, सो दे नो, आई मीन, not removing our chance of coming, we should also be able to be there, but at the same time a lot of, huh? We'll try and arrange something for you all also. We'll ask them to arrange something for you all also. So I've had the best time of my life last year and this year as well, no doubt about it. But जब भी आप मेहराबाद में जाओगे और आप सहवास की बात करोगे तो समवन जिसने बहुत सारे सहवासेस अटेंड किए हैं, हर एक इंसान आपको यही बताएगा कि उनके पहले सहवास का जो एक्सपीरियंस था वो एक अलग लेवल पे था. And obviously the few others that follow after are also amazing, but the first one always sticks by. It's always the closest to your heart. मेरा पहला सहवास, I did not know what this was. I thought MPR में जाएंगे, अपना ब्रेकफास्ट लंच डिनर, थोड़ा इधर वर्कशॉप्स, बाबा की समाधि पे बाबा की समाधि पे जाना, वापस आ जाना, It was basic जब हम normally pilgrimage के लिए जाते हैं during Diwali etc. वही वैसा कुछ होगा. I had heard my friends talking about it. Piran had gone and a few other friends of mine had gone for sevas, and for them it was something else. They had spoken about it a lot, but when someone talks about it compared to as how you experience it when it actually happens to you are two very different things. जब कोई बात करता है तो like as such right now when I'm talking about it, I know what I feel about my first experience, but I can't portray that in words enough for someone else to experience what I have felt. So I went with the mindset that okay, I have never gone on a trip alone without my parents for 7 days before. I don't know what I'm going to do. And I was in fact crying the night before I left because I was actually worried as to what's going to I mean, not worried, but I didn't know. It was a very new thing for me. And I go there and you see people greeting each other. They have waited a year to feel what they felt the previous year. And they have waited a year to meet all of the souls that they met the previous year. They have waited for every single thing, every single beautiful thing that happened during Savas to happen again. I saw people full of love waiting for their friends to come, people welcoming you with a tilak and a t-shirt and a cap, and greeting you and congratulating you for being there, telling you welcome home. Kali uncle was sitting at the registration table and I entered and he was like, wow, Jai Baba Tiana, welcome home, because my dad had attended the 2001 Sevas up for 5 years till 2005, and he was with Kali uncle and a lot of other people during the Savas, Rakhi auntie and Kali uncle, etc. So they all know me through my dad, and their first thing was welcome home, you're going to have a great time here. And those were just words for me, but those 7 days passed by, and then I realized what those words mean and how much I have to wait for a year to hear those words again from people telling me welcome back home. The first Sevas, the theme was pleasing Meher Baba, surrendering to him, obeying his orders, loving him. And there was a question that was asked during one of the talks in the Sevas of 2024, which was, what does it mean to love, obey, and surrender? What are those words? What value do they hold for you? And I knew the answer to it. I guessed the answer to it, but I didn't want to raise my hand and say it. Someone else got up. They repeated this. They said the same thing that I thought of. They said that when you truly, truly love Baba, you naturally obey him and obey everything he is doing for you, obey whatever is happening in your life, whatever he is leading the path for you. He's the captain of your ship, and you have to obey him enough to surrender to his will, to agree to everything that he is doing for you, and to let go, not to take control of your own life, but give him the steering wheel and let him handle everything, because he will only do what is best for you. So on the last day, when I was finally bowing down to the samadhi in the evening, my train was at night. So when I was leaving, I closed my eyes, I put my head on his samadhi, and I said, I leave everything to you. I surrender to you. I have faith in you that you will take care of everything in my life. I give you complete hold of my life. I trust you, and you are the captain of my ship. So you take care of everything. I leave it to you. And ever since then, every time I come to the center or I get the chance to go to the samadhi, I bow my head down, and this is the only thing that I say, that you do everything according to what you feel is right for me, because I know you will never wrong me. I know you will always do what is best for me. So last year, Sevas really taught me how to surrender, how to let go, and how to just leave everything to him.
हमारे सेंटर के साइरस खंबाटा has a very beautiful definition for surrender. उन्होंने बोला कि surrender का मतलब होता है सर अंदर, यानी your head at Baba's feet. That is surrender. Sar andar. Jai Baba.
So over the past few months, I mean, if whoever has experienced Sevas or has heard someone talking about Sevas, as we did in March this year during the March trip, we had a talk with Jimmy Uncle where a lot of people were talking about their Savas experience, which also motivated many others to attend. So we had a big crowd of 190 to 195 people coming for Sevas this year, for the 25th year of Savas. And the one thing that you will always hear people who have experienced Savas say is that it is very difficult to get back to original material life after you come back. It has honestly been it was very difficult for me to get back to normal life after I came back in June. There was a constant feeling, a missing feeling inside, a calling that kept telling me to go back. I kept wanting to go back. And that is when I had one of my experiences as well with Baba, which I spoke about last year. But for the people who haven't heard that, I'll repeat the experience again. During Savas, we made the plan to come back for Silence Day, which is the 9th to 14th July trip. We plan to come back. Now, जिनको पता है, they all know कि साइलेंस डे के टाइम पे सबसे ज्यादा क्राउड रहता है मेराबाद में. People come from all over India. People come from everywhere to just come and visit Baba's Samadhi and bow their head down and everything and take his darshan during Silence Day. And हमें भी वो कॉलिंग थी कि हम आ जाए. सहवास की बहुत याद आ रही थी, मेराबाद की बहुत ज्यादा याद आ रही थी. So we thought that we'll give in our booking in June. And very confident of us to think that we would get in. We did not. We got a message from MPR saying that the list is the full MPR is full. It's booked. There's no place. And we were very disappointed, hoping that we'll be able to go. We just kept praying. And on 29th of June, I still remember the date because that was the date last year when the experience sharing happened for Savas. We were coming to the center and all of us were sharing our experiences. And I remember how desperately I was praying to Baba that please let them send the email to me today so that I can share my experience. I can tell people that I have prayed to you for this and today that has come again. It's come true. You've always listened to me. So now I'll have one more experience to talk about during the experience sharing. And it was about 2 hours before we were supposed to assemble at the center for the experience sharing. And I get an email telling me that it's confirmed. You can come and be there at MPR. And that was truly something. And it's not a coincidence. Like he said, it's Baba's anonymous way of doing a miracle for us. So me and my friend both got in, and that is one experience that has really stuck by because I know how much I had prayed. I've always realized that when I have desperately prayed to him for to go to him to Mehrabad or to the center, like the childhood experience that I had, he has always listened to me and he has always let me come to him. He has always given me the permission and the possible. He's made it possible for me to be there. So that is one thing that I'm really grateful for, that I have had the privilege of being able to visit Mehrabad every year since the time I was 3, because as a child you're not really, you don't remember. So since 3 I remember how I've been wanting to come to Mehrabad, and every time that I've prayed to him, he has always let me come to him. So we got to come during Silence Day and get a little happy after the post Savas depression that follows. And over the months, we have only waited. All of us have just waited. I remember, I know how many friends I have spoken to, how much we have waited to experience and feel the same things that we felt in Sevas in 2024. And this year was also a very beautiful experience. I happened to have the privilege of getting 2 new people to Mehrabad. First timers didn't know anything about Baba except hearing about him through me. One didn't know anything. So my best friend Meher, who I've grown up with, we were in nursery together and we've grown up over the years together. We have had a long friendship. Touchwood, thank you, Baba. But she has always heard me talking about Baba and she has always wanted to come. But I've always heard one thing and I've always told her that until you're calling, until Baba does not decide for you to come, you won't be able to come. So this year, finally, she had the privilege of coming to Mehrabad, attending the Savas for the first time in Mehrabad. And she has had an amazing experience. Unfortunately, she couldn't make it today. But I have heard her talk about how happy she has felt in those 7 days and how we met yesterday and she kept telling me, I want to come back. Let's plan something. Let's go again. So that is the kind of way that Baba works, where he always manages to build that connect how so deeply that you keep wanting to come back to him. Not only to the center, but also to the Samadhi, visit Mehrabad, do more of his work. And the story of how she came to Baba is very unique, I would say. I remember one day she was coming, she had come home, she was spending the day with me at home, and we were talking, and I had worn my 2024 Savas t-shirt, and her name is Meher, and her surname is, one more thing, her name is Meher and her surname is Rabadi. So her entire name set together is Meherabadi, which is one thing that really she's been very excited about. She's really proud of it. So she read Meher on my t-shirt, International Meherabad Youth Adult Savas. So she read that, and she said, "Oh, that t-shirt has my name on it." I said, "Yeah, it does." She said, "Can you go for Savas next year and can you get me this t-shirt again?" And I said, "You can't ask for an extra t-shirt as such. So you kind of have to attend the Savas for you to be there." And that is how she asked me if she could come to Mehrabad, if she could attend the Savas. And that is how we eventually decided that she's supposed to be there at the Savas. And she applied, and she also got another friend of hers, Arish, who did not know anything. He's been my friend for a year, so he really hasn't heard me talk about Baba a lot. But I remember on the last day, we were all getting our mehendi done on our hand. And I remember he had written Jai Baba on his hand. So that kind of really touched me a lot, which says that Baba's connection, which really struck because no one really writes Jai Baba on their hand for no reason. He's also felt a connect and he also wants to come back. So this is the kind of privilege that I've had to bring two new people to Baba and hopefully many more over the coming years. So yeah. So this year's theme was tuning into Baba's silence, because this is the 100th year of silence. So this is the T-shirt that I wore and came today. This is the T-shirt that we received on for our Savas. And talking about this year's 2025 experience at the Savas, this is one year where I have deeply, deeply felt that we are not just Baba lovers, we are a Baba family. We are strongly connected to each other as one. And there is no, the one thing that I have always told people, which is what I'm very proud of in Mehrabad, is that there is no discrimination. We are all one. Everyone loves everyone. No one neglects or demeans anyone. It's always one whole family feeling that you feel over there, a strong love that goes around the air during Savas and during usual times at Mehrabad. This year I went as a photographer for the Savas. I had the privilege of capturing the Savas moments. At the same time, I did not want to give up on singing for Baba and engaging in other activities as well. So like last year, I was pretty occupied, this year as well. And what happened, which is one experience that I will never forget, is around the second or third day of Savas, during our workshops. I was part of the English music workshop by Jamie Newell. I lost my voice. And my voice usually in Mehrabad, so usual times when my voice goes, it comes back a week after. But in Mehrabad, I just pray to Baba and it heals instantly. So naturally, when I lost my voice this year, I was very, very concerned because our performance for the English music workshop was in another 2 days, and I couldn't speak. I could barely utter words out of my mouth. That was how badly my voice was affected. And I remember the amount of people who have looked out and taken care of me, prayed to Baba that my voice gets better. And I remember how disappointed I was because right before the workshop, 2 or 3 hours before the workshop, my voice was not okay. It was not recovering. And I remember everyone saying that we will pray to Baba so that your voice gets better and you're able to, uh, huh, we will be able to. I was really disappointed that I wouldn't be able to sing to sing and perform for Baba. And I remember so many girls from my music workshop coming and hugging me, telling me that we really, really hope and pray that your voice gets better, that you can sing at least a voice, that your voice comes out a little bit so you can still sing. And I remember how I was controlling myself from crying because I really, really wanted to perform. I really, really wanted to experience singing for Baba again. And it wasn't working out. And it wasn't working out. And about 15 or 20 minutes before the performance, I remember trying to sing, and my voice was magically okay. It was fine. In that instant, I remember trying and praying to Baba that please just kari lo, let it just happen. Hone do ye, bas theek kar lo awaaz. And I remember how 15 minutes before my performance, my voice magically, with Baba's love, got better. And I know how happy people were when they saw that it was back to normal, because I could sing on stage normally. Everything went well. So it wasn't only the fact that I had prayed to Baba for it to get better, but also the several people around me who were constantly giving me medicine, taking care of me, coming and hugging me, telling me it would be fine, telling me that they would pray to Baba to make my voice better. And that is how it magically all worked out. Baba's magic is what I like to call it. And it was something that really stuck by, because there was no hope. Very honestly, I could barely utter a word out of my mouth, but in those 15 minutes, I don't know how it got better, but it just did. So that is how Baba's magic works. And yeah.
Somebody has come out with a request for you to sing that song. So you and Janice, both of you all get together and sing that song right now.
Avtar Mehr Baba ki jai. So many lifetimes dreaming of dancing with you, dancers, so many dancers. No one can dance me like you. When hearts catch fire, dreams come true. My soul's desire is dancing with you, dancing with you, dancing with you. Tell me my story. No one can tell me like you. Sing me your love song. No one can sing me like you. When hearts catch fire, dreams come true. My soul's desire is dancing with you, dancing with you, dancing with you. Hold me so tightly. No one can hold me like you. And nothing can move me. Nothing can move me like you. When hearts catch fire, dreams come true. My soul's desire is dancing with you, dancing with you, dancing with you, dancing with you. Avtar Mehr Baba ki jai.
जी जय बाबा everybody.
Okay. to introduce this young lady. She is our technical wizard. वो हमारे को ये सब इंटरनेट सब सेटअप करके दे देती है. That is her gift. मैं इन्हें बहुत सालों से जानता हूँ. इसका जीवन अप एंड डाउन जो ग्राफ जिसको कहते हैं वैसे बहुत कुछ उसके जीवन में हुआ है. But one thing that she has stuck on to is this daman. Or nothing impresses me more about her than just that. And ये जो बाबा के तरफ का जो प्रेम और ये खिंचाव लगाव जो भी कुछ कहते हैं, ये इनके दिलों में, इनके ज़हन में हमेशा हमेशा के लिए बरकरार रहे. That is all that I ask from Baba for her. Janice, all yours.
Jai Baba, everybody. I visited the Samadhi first time in the year 2014, and my sister was a little bit inclined towards Baba, but she passed away in the year 2012. And I think my journey with Baba started from there. She would have Baba's picture and Baba's certain things with her, with Baba's Aarti, American Aarti postcard. And I just kept all those things with me that time due to sentiments and all, because I was very closely connected to her. Her name was Julie. And from there, yeah, of course, I have a vague memory of seeing Baba's picture at my neighbor's house when I was in school. Maybe I don't remember the year, but I had seen Baba's long hair picture and it really impressed me. And I asked my auntie, who is this and why have you kept this photo in Baba's, attic kind of a place? So then she said, this is Meher Baba. And maybe that's the first time I heard Baba's name. Then I think when I was in Bangalore and I had two, so my in-laws are Sai Baba followers. We have a house in Shirdi. And the second time I think I connected with Baba was when we passed from Bangalore via train to, I think it was Kopargaon or Manmad Express, some train. And I believe it passed by Mehrabad, from Ahmednagar, the train that usually passes by. And I vaguely remember, I don't remember anything, but I just have that strong feeling. I'm sure I must have just glanced in that direction or something at that moment. So that was there. And then this happened, my sister, and then Farzeen I got connected with. And Farzeen for the first time took me to the Samadhi. And I still remember it was such a beautiful atmosphere. There was nobody. It was around 3-ish in the afternoon. There was nobody around the Samadhi. And that time we could go and sit inside. And the moment we reached there, there was slight drizzle that started. And it was beautiful. It was kind of a heaven feeling. And I went inside.
That little drizzle is called showers of grace. Showers of His grace.
Thank you, Baba, for that. And I went and I was just like a blank slate. I didn't know what I was doing. I just went inside. I bowed down at the Samadhi and I don't know, I just visualized something with my closed eyes that right behind, where the photo is, Baba's pic is at the Samadhi behind. I see on the left side, Meher Baba standing. On my right, left hand, Meher Baba standing, and on my right side, Sai Baba standing. Because I was with my in-laws and all, I had got into devotion with Sai Baba, and I would read Pothi and everything. So I'd really connected with Sai Baba. and I could see both stand there. And Sai Baba is just signaling, by hand signal kind, pointing towards Meher Baba and trying to imply that now I am handing you over to Meher Baba. And they both, with open arms, they say like, "Welcome home." And it was so beautiful. I mean, I don't know what I felt. I just felt like I'm home. And I've been to various religious places, born in a Parsi family, the fire temple, and a lot of Hindu temples I've visited. But the peace, or I don't know, the homely feeling I got at the Samadhi was, yeah, this is where my soul has to be, or where I should be. I didn't have any much thoughts or anything, because that was just the beginning of my journey. Then in 2015, I attended my first Sevas, and it was the year where they were allowing people beyond that age criteria, to attend. And then I always had that wish that Baba, maybe one more year if I can attend, maybe one more year if I can attend. And I had Kanchan, my friend, with me, and she's my soul sister. And we both started our journey with Baba approx the same time. But a beautiful relation I found, I mean, through Baba. And each year we would go for sevas, we would serve in some way or the other. And thank you, Baba, for that. So I go to Sevas as a counselor, and the duty of a counselor is to take care of these young adults who come there. Maybe they are just 18, 19. Probably they are away from the home for the first time, and they are homesick, or they don't know what exactly is Mehraban, certain rules to be followed, certain discipline to be maintained. So we have to handle them with compassion, and we have to be there for them, understand them. So this is kind of a role of a counselor. And it just doesn't restrict to counseling, it's more than that. So we are a part of all the programs. And this year was especially, I mean, the 25th, ये साल 25th ईयर था सहवाज का. एंड अलॉन्ग विद दैट, आई मीन, उसके साथ ही साथ ये है 100th ईयर ऑफ बाबा साइलेंस एंड बाबाज धुनी. सो ये साल बहुत ही स्पेशल था इन एवरी वे. साल का थीम, एवरी ईयर साल का थीम, जो सहवाज का थीम है, बहुत ही यूनिक एंड बहुत ही ब्यूटिफुल होता है. इट एक्चुअली हमें कनेक्ट करता है वो थीम से. एंड this year also it was like Baba's tuning into Baba's silence. Now I've jotted down a lot of points, but I'm guided to something else, so I'll just go with the flow. Baba always talks about love, and this is way back during COVID times. And this was a time when my mummy, my daddy, my nephew, three of them were, going through this COVID, or they caught COVID. And so when you see our parents' generation, they are very closely knit to each other. How much ever they fight, whatever they do, they're always connected to each other. So the scene was, my dad is in the ICU in one hospital, he's on the ventilator. My mummy is in another hospital. My nephew is somewhere here and there in those campus kind of a thing that they would set up. But my elder sister was negative. Baba kept her negative so that she could do the running around here and there. And it was, I didn't know what to do because my dad was really critical. And Somit sent me one Baba's GIF, where Baba is saying, "I'm there, don't worry," kinds. And I don't know what happened that moment. It was like Baba is on my phone and conveying to me. And I just cried and I said, "Baba, you talk about love." And my parents love each other a lot. So those times were such that we couldn't even see each other. I mean, if God forbid if anything goes wrong. So वो time इतने difficult times थे. उस सब में बाबा को मैंने बताया, बाबा आप love के बारे में बात करते हैं. These two souls really love each other. This is not the way they should part. And if that is your wish and then your will, then I will have to obey. But you talk about love and they can't part like this. And from that time, everything changed. Dad started getting stabilized. And what we would do is, I actually started doing the prayers during the COVID times. And I would always wonder, how can someone remember itna lamba prayer Baba ka? I can't remember up to small Zarathustra prayers also. And so I actually started doing this prayer where dad had a mobile. He was unconscious kinds. Mummy had a mobile. I was at my place. My sisters were at their respective places. And we all would get together and do the Baba prayer and Aarti daily. And that's how I got in this pattern of doing the prayer. And now I can remember. So that was the time when I got this conviction. So time and again, Baba has given me that strength. And Baba ने इतनी strength दी है कि जो भी, I'm sorry, I forget Hindi, but इतनी strength दी है कि मतलब आज कुछ भी हो जाए, I just talk to him. Like even if I'm getting late to catch a train, I'll just take Meher Baba, and I'll say, Baba, thodu delay thi jai train. And then I'll also tell him, no, then others will get late. But somehow or the other, in pettiest of things in my regular life, it's just Meher Baba name has been there. So, आप अगर मुझे पूछे बाबा कौन है मेरे लिए, so मैं बोलूँगी मेरे constant companion है वो. And कोई भी सिचुएशन हो, like अंकल said, there were rough patches, but पहले बहुत था कि ये क्या है क्यों है, but आज कुछ नहीं है, because whatever Baba has made me go through, I have thing is I've come closer to him, and like everybody says, Baba has placed you here, so take it as his prasad, and I have taken it as his prasad. And जो strength मुझे मिली है to go through all these circumstances, it's just beyond words. And he's been there. He's always holding my hand. And एक बार I saw one dream of I usually don't get Baba dreams, but एक बार मैंने dream देखा कि मैं kitchen में हूँ, सॉरी मेराजाद में हूँ, मैं किचन में, मतलब in this dream I'm a simple village girl dressed up like that simple village sari, or somewhere in the 60s kind of a sari, that plain sari with that broad patta on the sari, Maharashtrian sari. And I'm in the kitchen. So Baba is sitting where his chair is. I am standing on the right side of Baba, and to my right hand is Mehra auntie. And my hands, of course, I'm doing something in the kitchen. My hands are a little dirty with food, and I'm holding the spoon to serve Baba with that same dirty hand. And Mehra auntie stops my hand and she says, "What are you doing? You can't serve Baba with these dirty hands." And she takes the ladle from my hand, she cleans it, and then she serves Baba. Now I'd forgotten all about it when I went to Mehrazad. So we volunteer at Mehrazad to at certain spots to guide them and to brief them about certain significance of that place. So I went in the kitchen, and suddenly this dream flashback, and I I just remembered this dream, and I thought maybe I was here in some births and have been with Baba in some births, maybe, because I really resonate with two things in Mehrazad. The flight of stairs, where Baba's room was upstairs. I don't know why I just stand there and I just stare at the stairs. I just keep looking. Something just draws me there. I don't think mine goes blank. I just keep looking in that direction. And the porch where Mehra auntie would sit, and the garden at Mehrazad. So I don't know if I was really, but all I know and for sure know is that Baba has always been with me, and he's always going to be with me. I do worry about my son and his future sometimes, but then time and again Baba ने यही बताया है, do not worry, I am there. Do not worry, I am there. And एक लेवल तक आके फिर मैंने बोल दिया बाबा को, ठीक है, you are only there to take care of him. I'm not going to worry now about him. And coming back to Sehwas, it's a beautiful program, and मैं आप सबको रिक्वेस्ट करूंगी, अगर आपके घर में कोई भी बच्चे हैं जो ये एज ग्रुप में फिट होते हैं, which I time and again tell everybody, because once I talk about Sehwas, I can't just stop talking. But certain experiences जो है वहाँ पे जो होते हैं, because वो 7 to 8 days में जो programs है, because people say कि बहुत टाइट शेड्यूल है, बट ये टाइट शेड्यूल इसलिए है कि आप बैक टू बैक बाबा का ही ध्यान करें. आपको एक सेकंड या एक मिनट भी नहीं मिले कि आप बाबा का ध्यान हटा दें. एंड वहाँ पे जो भी आते हैं, फर्स्ट 2 days ठीक है, फर्स्ट डे मम्मी पापा सबको बोल दिया, फिर you don't even feel like checking your mobiles, your work, everything you leave back. And those 8 days आप सिर्फ बाबा के साथ हो and nothing else. And I would really request, because how beautifully we get to serve Baba in his own, at his own place in Mehrabad. It's really amazing. So I would really request, every year we have these registrations coming out in March, and every year June में ये program होता है. So please, अगर आपको कभी भी contact करना है, anybody you can contact with us. And please send youngsters, young adults in your family for the program. So I think I noted down a lot of stuff. But and coming to what I take back home, eat sevas. So it's been a beautiful, I usually don't go to Mehrabad itna often, but I go for Amar Tithi and sevas ki ye 10 days, because ek din pehle jate, ek din baad mein nikalte. And I just want to be very greedy, and I just want to be at the samadhi all the time. Now एक सेवा ऐसा हुआ था, आई फील कि मैं मेहराबाद में हूँ तो मैं जाऊँ ही जाऊँ. एंड एक टाइम ऐसे प्रोग्राम्स में ड्यूटीज थी बैक टू बैक, 2 days I could not go to the samadhi, but I would do online prayers. So उस time we were in MPC and तभी programs होते थे hostel C में. Now we have started to have sevas program in MPR, पर उसके पहले hostel C में होते थे, and we would have a lot of talks and everything at MPC. So one evening, one program finished a little late, and I had another duty to handle, which was back-to-back program के लिए preparations. And I was sad and low, and I said, Baba, today also I can't go to the Samadhi, I can't come there. And a beautiful thing happened. So I think that was the time when Samadhi pe we were doing only English prayers, morning and evening. But I really get connected with the Hindi prayers. And Hindi prayers, उस time Sahil, Meher Kale, myself and थोड़े और बच्चे थे जो समाधि नहीं गए थे, because it was raining really heavily, pouring. And मैंने साहिल को बोला, साहिल, let's do prayers here, बाबा की फोटो के सामने ही, and can we please do Hindi prayers. So we all started doing Hindi prayers. Prayers के बाद ऊपर स्टेज के ऊपर जाके हमने bow down किया, as if I just bowed down at this at Baba's feet, thinking कि मैं बाबा की समाधि पे bow down कर रही हूँ. And when I get off the stage, what do I see? I see one toffee on the chair. I saw one toffee, and it was amazing that there were 150 odd people there. A program had just finished. Nobody spotted that toffee, neither me. But when I get off the stage after doing my darshan at Baba's feet, I see that toffee, and I was like, Baba is telling me, you wanted to be at Samadhi for the darshan. This is your darshan, and this is your prasad that you get at the Samadhi. And I was so touched. So incidents like these, I think, kept pulling me closer to Baba. I mean, जैसे बाबा खींचते अपने net में, and he kept pulling me closer, closer, closer. Today is like there's no turning around back, and Baba is there. So if you see my DP, there's the Baba walking, and there's a small elephant holding onto Baba. So I put that on my DP also, and saying God, Daddy, and me, that Baba, I am not going to leave you this lifetime or ever. Please always stay with not just me but everybody. And kitna bhi I think I'll go and pray for this, pray for that. But when I bow down at the Samadhi, only thing I can say is thank you, Baba, for your grace, and let your nazar be on all the souls, not just humans, but all the souls in your creation, and just bless all to be one with you. So that is my small prayer that I always do to Baba, and often tell Baba I want to surrender my weaknesses, because there's lots which we are not even aware of. So please help me surrender my weaknesses to you, Baba. Thank you, Baba. If any questions, then I can ask.
मैंने बहुत सुना था कि Sadgurus and Avatar, ये दोनों के बीच में एक इतना गहरा संबंध होता है. And this young girl was caught up being with Sai Baba of Shirdi and Meher Baba. और मैंने ये कई दफे सुना था कि that Sadguru will hand over his bhakt, his follower to the divine master, the avatar. But today I've met someone who actually experienced that, जिन्होंने ये खुद महसूस किया है. And for this I will never forget. हम कहते हैं कि हर एक चीज में हमें कुछ ना कुछ सीखने को मिलता है. This is what I learned from her talk. This is what I learned from her talk. बाबा ने हम सभी को बहुत कुछ दिया है, for which we kind of take him for granted. So many things. We do not really thank him enough. और दूसरा जो इन्होंने बताया about कोई भी चीज दिल से मांगो. She, as well as the earlier girl who spoke, somehow or the other, घूम फिरा के बाबा पहुंचा देते हैं. All you have to do is do it from the heart. Today, I came across a very beautiful quote. The quote says, I don't love you with my heart and mind. The lover is telling God, I don't love you with my heart and mind. I love you with my soul. Because in case my mind forgets and my heart stops. This is a quote from Maulana Rumi. It says, Pearls of Rumi. I'll repeat the quote. I don't love you with my heart and mind. I love you with my soul. In case my mind forgets and my heart stops. यानी कि खुदा को, बाबा को, to make him your constant companion, your mind and your heart is just not enough, according to Maulana Rumi. You have to love him from the core of your heart. तुम्हारे अंदर के आत्मा, your soul, उससे उनकी companionship रखनी चाहिए. Now I would like to go into the following Thursday, which would be a silence day, और उधर क्या क्या programs होने वाले हैं वगैरह वगैरह. I had announced it earlier. I'll repeat it one more time. But उसके पहले I'd like to read what Baba has to say about his silence. In very big bold letters it says, God's greatest gift is continuously given in silence. ईश्वर की सबसे बड़ा तोहफा continuously, हमेशा silently देते रहते हैं. if those who love me will just for 1 minute, as now, be silent in their minds just before they go to bed and think of me and picture me in the silence of their minds and do that regularly, then this veil of ignorance that they have, excuse me, will disappear. And this bliss that I speak of, which all long for, they shall experience. Then Baba goes on to say, this is very nice. I'm never silent. I speak eternally. The voice that is heard deep within the soul is my voice. The voice of inspiration, of intuition, and of guidance. Through endless times, God's greatest gift is continuously given in silence. But when mankind becomes completely deaf to the thunder of his silence, God incarnates as man. The unlimited assumes the limited to shake Maya drugged humanity to a consciousness of its true destiny and to give spiritual push to the world by his physical presence on earth. And this is what Baba exactly did. Because man has been deaf to principles and precepts laid down by God in the past, in this present avataric form, I observe silence. You have asked for and been given enough words. It is now time to live them, to get nearer and nearer to God. You have to get further and further away from I, my, me, and mine. You have not to renounce anything but your own self. It is as simple as that. Though found to be almost impossible, it is possible for you to renounce your limited self by my grace. I have come to release that grace. When the word of my love breaks out of its silence and speaks in your heart, जब मेरा वो जो शब्द तुम्हारे दिलों में जागेगा, telling you who I really am, you will know that is the real word you have always been longing to hear. Jai Baba. साइलेंस के बारे में बहुत कुछ बोला जाता है, लेकिन the easiest and the most practical approach would be to remain silent. That is what I feel. मेरे जैसे अनारी का बड़बड़ सुन के कुछ फायदा नहीं होने वाला है. Because things that are real are given and received in silence. बाबा का ये जो मौन था, it was not a physical exercise that he undertook. It was not for any this thing. It had very, very deep undertones which we will never understand. हमें वो कुछ समझ में नहीं आएगा. And yet, in spite of all the pains and trials and tribulations that he went through in his physical form, I'm reminded of the accident that he had in Oklahoma. उस दफे जब उनकी जबान kind of cut हो गई थी, and the doctors had to treat him. उन्होंने गौहर को अपने जोर से पकड़ के कहा कि बस इतना ही करना कि मेरे मुंह से आवाज नहीं निकले. That much he has suffered. That much he has suffered, and suffered in silence. So, हमारा यही एक दायित्व बनता है कि once in a year we observe that silence. The silence is not of just this words and noise and talk. That is not the real silence. What he wants is the silence of the mind. जब भी हम उस दरमियान वहां जाएंगे, तो let us focus on his form, on his samadhi, on Meher Baba. Let us just focus on him and keep our mind absolutely blank. इतना blank रखे कि वो जो भी कहना चाहते हैं, whatever he wants to tell us or whatever he wants to do with us in that particular moment of silence, gets a chance sorry gets a chance to get through into our thick bheja and our heart, more so our heart. So दोस्तों, आज के दिन हमने बहुत कुछ सीखा है, बहुत कुछ सुना है, and like Baba says, it is now time to implement it. वो हमारे जीवन में रोजाना रोजमर्रा के जीवन में उसे उतारना चाहिए. रास्ता बड़ा सिंपल दिखाया है उन्होंने. Just love him. He even goes on to say कि if you cannot love him, चलो भाई ठीक है. I know what kind of lallu you are. I will love you. मगर उसके लिए उनके तुम्हारे दिलों में जगह तो रखनी चाहिए कि नहीं. So let us just end and part with today's meeting with a sole thought and a purpose in our mind कि हम हमारे जिगर में we drill a hole in our hearts where he can penetrate and reside forever. Tar Meher Baba ki jai. Thank you, everybody. It is my firm belief कि एक ना एक दिन the entire world will observe this 10th of July as the day of silence. मैं नीचे नहीं होऊंगा ये धरती पे, ऊपर से देख लूंगा और चुपचाप मजा लेते रहूंगा. जय बाबा.
O Parvardigar, the preserver and protector of all. You are without beginning and without end, non-dual, beyond comparison, and none can measure you. You are without color, without expression, without form, and without attributes. You are unlimited and unfathomable, beyond imagination and conception, eternal and imperishable. You are indivisible, and none can see you but with eyes divine. You always were, you always are, and you always will be. You are everywhere, you are in everything, and you are also beyond everywhere and beyond everything. You are in the firmament and in the depths. You are manifest and unmanifest, on all planes and beyond all planes. You are in the three worlds and also beyond the three worlds. You are imperceptible and independent. You are the Creator, the Lord of Lords, the knower of all minds and hearts. You are omnipotent and omnipresent. You are knowledge infinite, power infinite, and bliss infinite. You are the ocean of knowledge, all knowing, infinitely knowing, the knower of the past, the present, and the future. And you are knowledge itself. You are all merciful and eternally benevolent. You are the soul of souls, the one with infinite attributes. You are the Trinity of truth, knowledge, and bliss. You are the source of truth, the ocean of love. You are the ancient one, the highest of the high. You are Prabhu and Parameshwar. You are also beyond God and the beyond God also. You are Par Brahma, Allah, Ilahi, Yazdan, Ahuramazd, and God the Beloved. You are named Izzat, the only one worthy of worship. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. We repent, O God most merciful, for all our sins, for every thought that was false or unjust or unclean, for every word spoken that ought not to have been spoken, for every deed done that ought not to have been done. We repent for every deed and word and thought inspired by selfishness, and for every deed and word and thought inspired by hatred. We repent most especially for every lustful thought, and every lustful action, for every lie, for all hypocrisy, for every promise given but not fulfilled, and for all slander and backbiting. Most especially also, we repent for every action that has brought ruin to others, for every word and deed that has given others pain, and for every wish that pain should befall others. In your unbounded mercy, we ask you to forgive us, O God, for all these sins committed by us, and to forgive us for our constant failures to think and speak and act according to your will. Beloved God, help us all to love you more and more, and more and more, and still yet more, till we become worthy of union with you, and help us all to hold fast to Baba's Daman till the very end. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai. Avtar Meher Baba Ki Jai.
पूछावे नार जहलतनी कर कुद रत्ने फरमातु छेलागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातु अयामुर शद मेहर बाबा चरण पर तुझ न धरिए सर, खुदा ना जात तीवा के फथई बैठो मेहर बातू तुझे माँ लिख की कतनो तु आशे भी ने आरे भी तुझे दरी याय वहदत मारे फतनो होई तूफातू हमोरे रवने ऐसा लेक बगजे ज्ञान ईजदनु के तू पर महात्मा ज्ञानी छने मो तारे रफातु खुदाना प्रेम नो प्यालो पिलावी मस्त हमने कर छे तुझ पर जान सदके सा किया पी दे पैमा तू हमारी नाव भर दरिए तरावे तो हमें तरिए हमारा ना खुदा ऐ मेहर बाबा छे निगे बातू हमारा ना खुदा ऐ मेहर बाबा छे निगे बातू बुझावे नार जहलतनी कर खुद रत्ने फरमातु छे लागी आश भक्तों ने के बख्शे नूरे मातो। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
जहाँ कल्पना शब्द न पहुँचे ऐसे अपरंपार नेति नेति वेद पुकारे महिमा तोरी अपार दिव्य सनातन परम दया धन दिव्य सनातन परम दया धन हे जगदू द्वारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो धूप दीप चंदन चर्चाना भोग लगाना फूल चढ़ाना तुम राही तुमको लौटाना काहे बड़ाई करूं मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल निधि के तुम कारण हो सकल विश्व तारण हारे हो तुम सम और नहीं तुम ही हो हे सत अवतारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो सकल चराचर तुमरी माया माया भी तो तुमरी छाया तुमरा अंत न कोई पाया तुम हो अनंत खरो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो मेहर मन आरती स्वीकारो अपने को जब जो नहीं जाने महिमा तुम्हारी क्या पहचाने, जो कुछ भी कहते अनजाने, गुण गाते तुमरो मेहरमन, आरती स्वीकारो मेहरमन, आरती स्वीकारो। सीमा नाही तुमरी कृपा को, क्या कोई दे सकता प्रभु तुमको, भीख तुम्ही दो प्रेमी जनों को, नित्य तुम्हें सुमरो मेहरमन, आरती स्वीकारो मेहरमन, आरती स्वीकारो। दिव्य सनातन परम दयाधन, दिव्य सनातन परम दयाधन, हे जगदूद्वारो मेहरमन, आरती स्वीकारो मेहरमन, आरती स्वीकारो। अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय, अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय।
We shall now stand in a minute's silence with a hope that someday we merge into Baba's eternal silence. Beloved Avatar, Meher Baba Ki Jai. Thank you, everybody, for joining us. Hope you enjoyed this program. Above everyone else, I hope Baba enjoyed this small fafe maroing from our side. Thank you, Baba, for everything. Next Thursday, we shall be having conducted this in silence from our center. Thank you.